Okay.
Are we going to do a speaking class only, or do we have to write things like always?
The same. We will write. We will follow your book. Okay.
Okay.
So do you have your paper or your chapter right now?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So we are only going to discuss chapter 7. Hi, Elisa.
Hi, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Where's your sister?
She's working
Okay. So she
with
cannot.
with her laptop, and she told me that when she finished, she joined the call.
Okay. No problem then. Okay. So we just started the chapter 7, right?
Right.
It's okay. So I can remember that I think it was Marina, and I don't know who is the other who did speaking part 2.
Jose and me. It was
Ah.
Jose and me.
All right. So since I still have 5 people, okay. So before we go on, I need to have an activity of the speaking part 2 for some people here. So I think Marina did it already, so it's not necessary anymore. Okay? So this is just only for a minute. Can you remember what is the rule for speaking part 2?
No.
No.
No. And how about Andrea?
We have to describe something, maybe.
Describe something, okay. And Mara, do you remember at least some instructions?
No.
No. And then Rosario, because you are always present.
No, I can't remember the part 2. But this is the last part of Unit 6 or the first part of Unit 7?
It's not here in Unit 7 because in Unit 7 the speaking is speaking part 3, but what I
Okay.
want is for you to practice doing another types of speaking and not only focusing on one. So I like mixing it so that you will always remember if I say speaking part 1, speaking part 2, speaking part 3, not only
Okay.
through images. Okay. All right. So I
Oh
explain.
yes, the speaking part 2. No, no, this is not. No, no, I don't remember. This is the prompts.
No, that is speaking part 3, Rosario.
Okay.
Okay. For speaking part 2, you are going to have 3 pictures, okay? And these 3 pictures, you need to choose 2 pictures to describe the similarities between them, okay? And after that, you need to answer another additional questions. For example, I'm going to type on our group chat. I'm going to type here. This will be the 2 questions that you need to answer. Can you see the questions that I type on our group chat?
Yeah.
Okay. So for example, the
But
questions.
Mary, I don't have the copies because I went to Canary to my home, and I left them there because I didn't know that we will have classes online.
Okay. Are you in Madrid or
No,
in your?
Free Island.
So you left in Getafe the papers, right? Okay, but don't you have any PDF?
Yes, I think I have the PDF that Jorge George.
Yeah, I think it's
I
better
think-
to do that.
yes.
All right, because here we don't have like the same platform that we have, that if I have my screen like this, I can share it to you. But if I share it to you, I think it's going to be, for example, I share the screen. Can you tell me if you can see my screen right now?
Yes. No.
No.
Can you see my screen?
No.
Yes.
No,
No. I see.
Someone
your
said
No, the
message.
paper. Oh,
Now
yeah.
see.
No. Yes.
Now yes.
Now, yes.
Oh yes.
Okay, how
Yes.
about this one? Okay, maybe I can show to you. Wait a moment.
But I can look for it too.
Okay. So, do you think that it's better that I'm not going to share my screen?
Maybe it's better because then we can see you.
All right. You
Mm.
really misses me. Okay, so, well,
But sorry, which page and book is it?
74. Page 74, unit 7.
Unit 7. Okay. Student book.
Yes, student book. Yeah? Okay, so I will explain the speaking part 2. Again, you will have 3 pictures. Describe only 2 pictures, the similarities and all of that things. But with the similarities, please only speak at least 1 sentence because that is not really the main point of the speaking. Okay? And afterwards, you need to answer 2 questions. The questions that I put here. Can you see me or no?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No. The question, no. I can see the question.
In the
It's-
chat.
Yeah.
It's in the chat, group, Rosario. Yes.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah?
but I don't know how to sex. No.
It's on the, I think, on the left side.
Yeah.
Yes, but when I push on the chat, don't appear of the letter that we have been writing hi and all of this. I can see it.
Really? How did you do it, guys? Maybe, I don't know, maybe it's different for you.
Yes. No, I have found the button.
I don't know, you do Rosario all the time, but it's funny. Okay, so you have here 2 questions. I wrote, why do you think they prefer this kind of music? And what kind of personality do you need to perform this type of activity? So these are the questions that you need to focus on when you are doing your speaking part 2. And then you are going to have only how many minutes? Can you remember, Marina?
1 minute, no?
Okay, only 1 minute to do everything. Describe the similarity of the 2 pictures and answer the 2 questions. And after 1 minute, your pair needs to answer questions that may be general questions about the pictures or questions that are related from your answer. Everything's clear?
Yeah.
At first, you have to describe 2 photographs. Only 2.
Yes.
Okay.
But you don't focus on describing, okay? Because that is not the focus of the task.
Okay.
All right. So,
Sorry, I can't see you. Your face.
how about the others?
Me neither.
Me neither.
Me neither.
No.
Okay, so what's happening? And now?
No.
No.
And now?
No.
I don't know.
Like,
So my,
this.
let me go out first. Okay. Yeah. This one.
No,
Yes.
yeah.
Okay. I don't know why. It's like turn off, turn on, turn off, turn on. I don't know. All right. So, do you have questions in this speaking part?
No.
Okay. So, the first one to go would be Nayara and Andrea. Okay?
Okay.
So, only 1 minute. So, I'm going to time you with my phone.
But
Actually,
where
right?
are the pictures?
It's on page 74. Can you see that the
Oh,
pictures, there
yeah.
are 5 pictures here, but
Yeah.
in the real exam there will be only 3 pictures. But as I said, I want that in every time that we are talking about the chapters, I want to insert the parts that we are doing in the exam so that you will always remember how to do it. Okay?
Okay, so Andrea and I have to do the same, or okay.
Yes.
We can
Only
do
that
different images. But we can do different images.
since there are 5, if she chose 2 images, I want you to choose another different images. Okay?
Okay.
Okay. But this one is like not the speaking part 3 that you need to be connected. This one is you have your own 1 minute and no one is going to interrupt you. All right?
Okay.
Okay, so I want Andrea to go first. Okay, so
Okay.
are you ready, Andrea?
Yes.
Okay, you can start now.
Okay, I think I choose images 2 and 5. In both, they are listening or playing music, so that's the similarity. In image number 2, I think he prefers slow music because then he can listen it thinking in their things. He is looking through a window, so I think he's a shy person and he prefers to not have contact with other people. In the contrary, in image number 5, they are playing, for example, I think rock music or a music who will be listened by a lot of people. And I think they have an extroverted personality. They want to share their art with people, and that's the reason they are, I think, preparing for a concert. So I think to finish that, both love music because they are focusing on that art.
Thank you. Very good. On point. Okay, I like it because directly on point. When you describe the similarities, you didn't expound it as much as you can because sometimes we are very overwhelmed of our speaking and we don't stop speaking because we just want to describe all of the things. So that's it. Okay, so for Nayara, you are going to have another question first before you're going to do the task, the same task that Andrea did. Okay, so my first question for you is, what is in the second part, you're going to answer only for 30 seconds. Okay,
Okay.
so just to be direct, and that's it. Okay, your question would be, what is the future of music? You can start now.
Okay. As we know, music is very changeable in the history. I think in the future, music will be more electronical, but I think that it is important to have real music, like when we play instruments, because I think it is very important
Thank
to
you.
culture. Okay, I am. It's too difficult the question. I mean, it's like philosophical question. I don't know anything about music, so sorry.
Okay, so this is not your forte.
Yeah.
No. Okay. So better next time that try, if for example this question that I'm asking to you are the questions that most likely will be asked to you in the exam. So might as well take note of my questions and practice at home to do it alone. Okay?
Okay.
All right. So we continue with Nayara. You need to do the task that Andrea did before.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so you will have 1 minute to describe 2 photos and answer the 2 questions. Clear?
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, you can start.
Okay. I choose photograph 1 and 4. Um, in photograph 1, there are a girl that it is playing an instrument, and in photograph 4, there are a couple that it is dancing. The similarity is that they look very happy and maybe they are in a party, because in Paris people play an instrument and dancing. So, and why do you think that they prefer this kind of music? Maybe they prefer this like funny music because they are in a party, maybe. Do you need to perform this type of activity with kind of personality? I think that you should be no extroverted, like not shy people, because to dance you should like
Thank you.
interact with other people.
Okay, so Elisa, I want you to give comment to Nayara's performance of speaking.
Okay, I think that she left the time, no? She needs more time, And I think that the solution could be speak faster, in my opinion. And I think that I like, and for improving, maybe could be learn a little bit more of vocabulary, for
Yeah.
example.
Okay, so I think you give more time with the similarities because I saw it was 36 seconds. Okay, so I think when you said that the similarities here are, I think they are very passionate of what they're doing because they look happy. That's it.
Okay.
Continue to the question. All right, and I think you wanted to say introvert rather than extrovert.
So I said extrovertive.
Yes.
Like that.
Yes. So extrovert is someone who likes to be with other people who are very friendly, and introvert is the contrary.
Okay.
Okay? Okay. So the question for Andrea would be, should all music be free out of charge? Should all music be free out of charge? You can start.
Okay.
Sorry.
Can I ask you something about the question or not?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, sure.
That what what is related with out of charge? It's because I'm sure I understand the question. Do you understand?
What you want to ask me? What is the meaning of free out of charge?
No, I understand, but I don't know if the meaning of all the sentence, the sense of the sentence is what I think.
Okay, what do you think about the sentence?
It's like you don't have to pay directly for the song, if not that you pay a quantity for to listen music.
Yeah, that all of the music should not be paid by people. No Spotify, no premium, and no iTunes because they should be downloaded free.
Okay. So
Okay?
can you ask me again the question, please?
Yeah, sure. Should all music be free out of charge? Start.
Okay. In my opinion, all of music should be out of charge because people love music and they should have the capacity to listen it for free. And for example, it's a culture activity, so the state could pay all the author rights to the artists, and then society can have all that music for free, and they can enjoy it as a part of their lives because it's something
Thank
we
you.
all love.
Okay. It's fine that if the interlocutor will interrupt you, but if you gave already your stand, it doesn't matter. And there is no incorrect answer in this kind of activity because it is your own opinion. The thing here is that you say your stand, your point, and you will be able to give support of all of that points. And of course, using the advanced vocabularies. And also to answer the questions. That's it. Okay?
Okay.
All right. I will continue with Mara and Rosario. Okay?
Okay.
I know Rosario has been preparing.
No.
Okay. Since I think Rosario is ready, I will start with Rosario. Okay?
Okay,
Okay.
but I didn't understand one thing. I had to talk about similarity of the two photo too or not?
Two photos.
Yes. Yeah, but I have to talk about the similarities or not?
The similarities.
And also to answer these two questions.
Yes.
Okay.
In 1 minute, okay?
Okay, yes.
All right. You can start, Rosario.
Well, I'm going to talk about photo number 2 and photo number 3. Both photos don't have anything in common because one of them is a screen of a computer, and the photo number 2 is a person that is in a bus or in a train traveling while he's listening music. He's prefer to listen music with his headphone because he doesn't bother other people, and also he can think about his problem or about a person or something like that. In photo number 3 is a partiture is a compositions of song. The person that is writing this composition is a composer. He has a big challenge and a lot of intelligence, while
Thank
the
you.
person in photo number 2.
Okay, I want to ask the opinion of Marina.
Okay. My opinion is that for me, she did great because she knew how to say that they are different. And she started to talk about the personality of the guy and also the personality of the composer. But she really joined and mixed all the conversation without saying the personality of the guy. So I think it was great, but maybe she should try to describe less the both pictures. I mean, once she found the difference, she needs to answer the questions directly instead of trying to describe.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the same with mine. The
Mary, do
same
we
idea.
have similarities or difference?
Okay, that's a good question because the task wants you to find the similarity. But there are some pictures because the exam is something very tricky. They want you to find similarities, but you cannot see any similarity. That happens. But if you are in that kind of situation, you can see that I think there is no any similarity of this picture, and then just describe why, because the other picture is this and the other picture is that, just like how Rosario described it. Okay, and
Okay.
that's it. But most of the pictures that you're going to take will have some similarity. For
Yeah.
example, in that picture, I will say that the two pictures might as well have passion in music, because the first picture is someone who likes to listen to it, and the third one is someone who likes to compose music, and that's it. Okay, so I think that is my
Okay.
similarity when I saw this. Okay, now question for Mara. The same. What is the future of music?
The future.
Yes. You
So I
can start.
have 1 minute.
Oh, no, 30 seconds.
Okay, I think music is an art that is going to be always in this planet till it ends. I think we will create more and more styles of music, and we will continue with the old ones because I think people likes won't change a lot with this kind of art because it's like
Thank
eh,
you.
okay.
Okay, but I like your answer. It's something like, I think I will agree that it's going to stay. The problem is that don't feel uncomfortable. Feel proud and feel very strong about your point, okay? Because
Yeah.
I know you feel uncomfortable if you don't know how to make the conversation fluently. Yeah. Okay, so let's go to Mara for the first part of this speaking. So you need to choose different pictures from Rosario. Okay.
Okay.
So for 1 minute, you can start.
Okay, I have chosen picture one and picture five, and I think the main similarity there is that they are playing instruments in both of the pictures. I think in picture five is maybe a rock band. It seems like it could be. So they will have instruments like a guitar, electric guitars, um, the drums, and in picture one I think it's more a kind of an alternative music with this kind of instrument that I don't know its name,
Accordion.
accordion. But I think both people there in the pictures have passion in the music, and they manifested it playing instrument, not singing and not listening to it. I think in picture one.
Thank you.
Okay.
Okay, I want to ask Andrea's opinion.
Yeah, I think she did it well and she used a properly vocabulary. But I think maybe she doesn't finish to describe or to answer all the questions, and I think she needs more time. Maybe she has to do the answer shorter in order to gain time and not and to be in time to answer it in 1 minute. But for the rest of the answer, I think you did it so well.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so that's it. So the name of this instrument is an accordion. Okay,
Mhm.
how do you spell accordion
Maybe
here?
in Spanish, but I didn't know. Acordeón. Yes.
Okay, but double C.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
This one is double C. Okay. So maybe if you said it in Spanish, then maybe you will pass the speaking exam because it's just the same. Okay, question for Rosario. Should all music be free out of charge?
All music. Okay.
Yeah. You can start.
Personally speaking, music, people that want to listen music should pay for it, because for author, singers spend a lot of money to make that type of music, so they have to have some income for that. But for in another way, young people that want to listen music, they can pay for them. So it's a good solution should be to have a platform like Spotify, where you pay a little amount of money and you
Thank
can
you.
hear a lot of them.
Okay. So it's fine, Rosario. You have the point. Okay?
Okay.
Okay. Now I want Elisa and Marina. Even though you did it, Marina, I
Okay.
will give you only the second question.
The
Okay?
question. Okay.
Because
Mm.
I know that you did already the first part.
Yeah. Mhm.
Okay. So now I will ask first Elisa to do the first part of the speaking, and then later Marina for the general question.
Okay.
Okay? So do you have questions, Elisa, before we start?
Okay, yes, I can see.
Okay.
Yes,
So you don't have any
And
questions, right?
no, I understand.
Okay. So in 1 minute, you can start.
Okay, I will talk about the photograph number 1 and number 4. The thing that I think that they have in common that is that they love music. One of them are dancing and the other one is playing an instrument. I think that also they maybe love the traditional music because this instrument is a folkloric instrument maybe, and in the other one maybe they are dancing a traditional dance or something like that, in my opinion. And I think that the personalities could be extrovert because they don't mind the one once the number 4 don't mind dancing in front of a lot of people or in the street, and the other one seems to be very happy to play that instrument with maybe there are public or
Thank
something
you.
like that.
Okay. Opinion from Nayara, please.
I think she has the point. Yeah, because she answered the question that you make and she describes both of the pictures, so I think it is good.
Okay. I think you spoke very organized. So
Okay,
there is no
I
problem
have
for me to
time.
understand you.
I have time to organize.
Yeah, you have time. Okay, but next time you don't have any time. But right now we don't have lots of materials for me to show you and that thing. So that's why I don't have even my book. I mean, the book of your student.
Mhm.
I mean, I just wrote it on a paper and that's it, because I left everything in the academy because I didn't know that we cannot go out and
Oh.
it's already closed. So it's like, okay. And then George asked me that, Mary, we're going to have a video call instead of going to the academy. I was like, okay, I don't have any materials with me. Okay. Anyway, so the question for Marina, what is the relationship between music and language?
Language, okay.
You can start.
I think the relationship between language and music is that a lot of people use music to show how is their language. And for example, for many small communities, music is a way to keep their language alive because they will show this music to their children and they will do it to next generation. So it's a good way to have the languages alive.
Thank you. Very nice. Perfect. Okay. I love your answer. Okay. So another general question for Elisa.
Mhm.
Okay. The same. What is the future of music?
Okay, I think that the future of music is going to be like nowadays because the internet platforms offers a lot of kinds of music, and maybe the concerts like now could be doing by streaming, and you can enjoy them in your house. I think that it could be a change, but in my opinion, I think that it will be like to nowadays.
Thank you. Okay. So you think that what is happening with the music nowadays will be continued in the future?
Yes, I think that it's a good way to to know a lot of artists and the concert and the personalities more near, no? Más
Nearer.
nearer, more nearer.
Okay. I don't know. Closer?
Closer.
I think,
I
yeah.
yes, closer than other days.
Okay. All right. So that's it. Do you have questions for speaking part two?
No, no.
No. Okay. So now we are going to turn the next page. We're going to have the listening part 4. Can you remember, since it was, I think, Mara, Andrea, and Rosario, you were my first students, right? Like in September.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Can you remember how we did the listening part 4? It was the first unit that we did this. Can you remember?
I think we have to relate the task 1 with the task 2, the different letters.
Mm-hmm.
Like maybe a festival worker with gratitude to musicians, or first this, and then we had to listen and I don't know.
Okay. How about
Something like
Andrea?
that.
Are you sure of
I'm not
this?
sure. No, I think we didn't have to relate the task between them. I think we have to put the letters of the task 1 related with the speaker who has said that thing in the listening, and the same with the task 2. I think they are independent.
Okay. Do you think that there will be 5 speakers or 10 speakers?
5.
5 speakers.
Yeah.
All right. So this is an audio that may be 2 minutes or 3 minutes long. Okay. So they will talk about another person in task 1. So for example, if speaker 1 is talking about music, etc., and then he is a person who likes to be at home and compose music, then of course it is letter A composer, right? But in task 2, it will be just the same audio, but this task will talk about the information or the characteristic or the personality of the person that he or she is describing. Understand me? So,
Yes.
so for example, my aunt is a composer, and as a composer, you need to have a gratitude or a passion in music, etc., etc. So first, you know that it's a composer, and the second one is the characteristic or the personality of that person. So there will be I will only repeat the audio twice. So you can do two tricks. Either first audio, you answer only task 1, and then second audio, you answer task 2. Or if you want, you listen to the first audio and answer task 1 and task 2. And then in second audio, you will answer those parts that you missed answering in the first audio. So it depends on you on which do you want to do first. Okay? So
Okay.
it's like one audio, two tasks at a time.
Okay.
Okay.
Hey, Mary, do we have time to read the options in
Yes.
the exam of it?
Right now, I'm going to give you some minutes to answer. To read the letters and also the task 1 and the task 2 letters. Okay?
Okay.
I have a question, Mary.
Yeah, sure.
The speaker 1 is the same in task 1 and task 2?
Yes. The
Okay.
task 1, speaker 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 are the same speakers of task 2, speaker 1, 2, 3, 4,
Okay.
5. Because there will be only 5 speakers.
Okay.
Okay. So I'll give you some seconds to read it.
Okay.
What is that sound? It's like a worker at the street, or
There's no
Yeah,
worker here.
Richard. Mary, what is a novice?
A novice.
Novice.
It's
Yes.
a person who is just beginning to do something.
Like a novel.
No.
No. Novice is
Yes, I understand.
it's a starter person, a beginner, no?
Yeah,
Yeah.
beginner, a starter. I don't know if you're going to hear if I'm going to use the iPad though. Let me see. Advanced 20.
Right, at least I don't see you.
Yeah, because I went out from the Skype to play an audio. Let me tell me if you can hear it, okay?
Okay.
Can you hear it?
No.
No.
Okay, I think I'm going to use my phone then. Wait a moment. Okay, so this is 20. 20. And how about this one?
In fact, ever since I was a kid.
Yeah?
My father
Yeah.
was very
Wait
well
a
known
minute. I
around
need
here.
to go back to number 1. Okay, so maybe I can put it here. Okay, I start now, okay?
Unit 7. Listening, Part 4. Exercise 4. Speaker 1. I've been involved in traditional music for about 15 years. In fact, ever since I was a kid. My father was very well known around here as a singer of the old songs. He sang at family gatherings and played in a local dance band. Before that, my grandfather was a genuine traditional singer who had a whole repertoire of family songs that had been passed down from generation to generation. They were all neatly handwritten in a notebook. I'm proud to say I continue to sing some of the family songs, but not just in our village. I've travelled all over the world and played in front of audiences of thousands. Speaker 2.
I used to think tango is something only people of my parents' generation did, but then I went to a concert by the Getafe Project in London, and I couldn't believe how exciting tango could be. For a start, the music was incredible, as well as the kind of instruments I was familiar with, violins, guitars and piano. They used a bandoneon. That's a sort of large square-shaped accordion, but they also used electronic music, samples and beats. The rhythm was so infectious that some of the audience got up and bopped about, whether they could tango or not. Since then, I've joined a class and learned some of the basic moves. It's very exciting.
Speaker 3. I'd be completely lost without my iPod, so I say thanks to whoever came up with the idea.
I have it with me nearly all the time, whether I'm commuting to work, exercising at the local gym, trying to drown out some noise, or just chilling. I've got over 7,000 songs on mine, most of them downloads from the internet. Some whole albums, but mostly individual tracks. I listen mainly to rock music, but I quite like jazz, and I even play classical stuff if I'm stressed. Mozart and other classical composers can be very relaxing if you're sitting on a crowded train or waiting at the dentist's or whatever.
Speaker 4. I'm hoping to start a jazz band with a friend I studied music at university with. I play percussion and Ed plays trombone, but our main interest is writing music. The band will have parts for 17 players. One of the difficulties is that most of the musicians we're approaching already play in other groups, so they won't be available all the time. We're planning to make a recording, but the logistics are a nightmare. Rehearsals and recording would be tricky, getting so many people into a studio at the same time. At the moment, it's just something we're looking into, but we're hoping it will become a reality sometime in the next year or so.
Speaker 5. I've just come back from WOMAD in Singapore. It was awesome. I went with a few friends and we got in for free because we were in the stage crew. We had to carry loads of stuff from one place to the next, but we still had time to get into the music. We got to talk to quite a lot of the acts. We got signatures and photos. It was a great experience, especially when the artists thank you for doing such a good job. I've never heard of lots of the bands and singers before, but I'll be trying to catch them live whenever I can, until I go again next year.
Okay, so far, how many answers or how many numbers have you answered?
4.
5.
Okay, so this is your last chance because you also have 10 numbers, so I suppose that you're going to finish the second audio. Okay, I will play now.
Unit 7. Listening, Part 4. Exercise 4. Speaker 1. I've been involved in traditional music for about 15 years. In fact, ever since I was a kid. My father was very well known around here as a singer of the old songs. He sang at family gatherings and played in a local dance band. Before that, my grandfather was a genuine traditional singer who had a whole repertoire of family songs that had been passed down from generation to generation. They were all neatly handwritten in a notebook. I'm proud to say I continue to sing some of the family songs, but not just in our village. I've travelled all over the world and played in front of audiences of thousands. Speaker 2.
I used to think tango was something only people of my parents' generation did, but then I went to a concert by the Getafe Project in London, and I couldn't believe how exciting tango could be. For a start, the music was incredible, as well as the kind of instruments I was familiar with, you know, violins, guitars and piano. They used a bandoneon. That's a sort of large square-shaped accordion, but they also used electronic music, samples and beats. The rhythm was so infectious that some of the audience got up and bopped about, whether they could tango or not. Since then, I've joined a class and learned some of the basic moves. It's very exciting.
Speaker 3. I'd be completely lost without my iPod, so I say thanks to whoever came up with the idea. I have it with me nearly all the time, whether I'm commuting to work, exercising at the local gym, trying to drown out some noise, or just chilling. I've got over 7,000 songs on mine, most of them downloads from the internet. Some whole albums, but mostly individual tracks. I listen mainly to rock music, but I quite like jazz, and I even play classical stuff if I'm stressed. Mozart and other classical composers can be very relaxing if you're sitting on a crowded train or waiting at the dentist's or whatever.
Speaker 4. I'm hoping to start a jazz band with a friend I studied music at university with. I play percussion and Ed plays trombone, but our main interest is writing music. The band will have parts for 17 players. One of the difficulties is that most of the musicians we're approaching already play in other groups, so they won't be available all the time. We're planning to make a recording, but the logistics are a nightmare. Rehearsals and recording would be tricky, getting so many people into a studio at the same time. At the moment, it's just something we're looking into, but we're hoping it will become a reality sometime in the next year or so.
Speaker 5. I've just come back from WOMAD in Singapore. It was awesome. I went with a few friends and we got in for free because we were in the stage crew. We had to carry loads of stuff from one place to the next, but we still had time to get into the music. We got to talk to quite a lot of the acts. We got signatures and photos. It was a great experience, especially when the artists thank you for doing such a good job. I've never heard of lots of the bands and singers before, but I'll be trying to catch them live whenever I can, until I go again next year.
Okay. So let's answer. Have you answered everything?
Yes.
Any questions for vocabularies or any confusions? No?
No.
All right. So let's go to speaker 1. So how are we going to answer this one? I will call a person and then you need to answer speaker 1 task 1 and speaker 1 task 2. Okay? All right. So the first person here on my screen is Marina. So can
Okay.
you tell me your speaker 1 task 1 and task 2, please?
Yeah. In task 1 is letter D, folk musician, and in task 2 is letter H, pride in a tradition.
Perfect. That's the correct answer. So task 1, letter D as in dog, and task 2, speaker 1, letter H. Perfect. Speaker 2, Andrea, please. Andrea, your microphone is turned off.
Oh, no, it's ready. Okay, sorry. In task 1, I have H, an obvious answer. And in task 2, I have G, enthusiasm for a new interest.
Perfect. That's the correct answer. Speaker 2, task 1, letter H. Speaker 2, task 2, letter G. Okay, let's go to speaker 3, Mara.
Okay, I have speaker 3, task 1, E, and task 2, A.
Perfect. Speaker 3, letter E. Speaker 3, task 2, letter A.
Okay.
Okay, no questions so far?
No.
I think Nayara, your microphone
Nayara
is
also removed the microphone.
Okay,
Yeah.
sorry. Now?
Yeah, now I can hear you. So
Okay.
you have a question?
Yeah. Speaker 1 in task 2 is letter,
H.
and speaker 2 in task 1 is
Letter H.
also. Okay.
Yeah, but they are different tasks.
Okay, okay.
All right? All right, let's go to speaker
So-
4.
Can you repeat these answers?
Yeah, sure.
Sure.
I'll go back to task 1, speaker 1, 2, 3, okay? Task 1, speaker 1, D. Task 1, speaker 2, H. Task 1, speaker 3, E. Task 2, speaker 1, H. Task 2, speaker 2, G. Task 2, speaker 3, A.
Okay.
All clear?
Yeah.
All right, let's go to speaker 4. Hi, Elisa.
Task 1, letter A, and task 2, letter C. No,
Perfect.
C. Sorry.
Yeah, speaker 4, task 1, letter A. Speaker 4, task 2, letter C. So this is a composer and he is a cautious optimism about an ambitious project. Let's go to speaker 5, Rosario.
Mary,
Yeah, sure.
In speaker 4, in task 1, I put letter C because he talks about a band.
Yeah, but it is not him. He only talks about the band. No, I mean, he is not the person that he is. It is another band, but what is he talking about is another person, which is a composer. So the listening is kind of tricky because maybe they will talk about an orchestra member or whatnot, but maybe they are not the focus or the person that this speaker is talking about in the first place.
But he talks about he likes jazz music, and he also likes composed music.
Okay. Why? How about the answer of the people who answered composer? Why do you think the answer is A and not C? What did you hear?
He said that even if in an instrument, he is really into compose right now as a friend.
Yeah, he likes
but
that.
It's a difficult, and they want to record, but it's a difficult process.
He said that he likes jazz and that things, but he needs to focus on being a composer. That's what he said.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. So we continue speaker 5. It was Rosario's turn.
Yeah. Speaker 5, task 1, letter B. Speaker 5, task 2, letter E.
Perfect. All right. So task 1, speaker 5, letter B. Task 2, speaker 5, letter E. Okay. So how's the score so far?
8.
8.
10.
8, 10.
Could you repeat all the answers, Mary, please?
Yes. Okay. All right. So task 1, I will repeat it consecutively. Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Task 1, letter D as in dog. H, E, A, B as in boy. And task 2, H, G, A, C, E. Clear?
Okay.
All right. So do you have some questions to do this exercise? Is it very easy, very difficult, or more or less?
More or less.
More or less.
I think,
More or less.
yeah.
I think
Mary?
yeah.
No, in the real exam, the audio will be similar to this or more difficult?
More or less the same. I mean,
Okay.
this is not very easy. I mean, it's easy maybe for most of you guys, but this is really advanced level. So
Okay.
if you, this is something like, this is very easy. So maybe you really have an advanced level for listening, but this is really the exact audio, maybe another topic, but it's just the same audio that they're going to play. Okay. So we have activity number 5. These are some words that the speakers used in their sentence. I don't know if you can still remember which word did a speaker use. Okay, let's do this orally. I will start with Marina. Maybe you can remember. You need to choose one word between the slash.
Okay.
He sang.
I think in the first one, he sang at the family meetings.
He sang at family meetings. Okay. It is this is he sang at family gatherings.
Okay.
Okay, sorry.
The meaning is the same of the 3 words.
Okay, good question. Meetings, they are more like you need to solve problem, you need to discuss something. And gathering is a type of meeting, but it could be bigger than a meeting. Okay? And you usually do this gatherings, if you say gatherings. And assemblies, maybe they're a group of people that needs to be present in that moment. All right?
But sorry, both of them are used with the same type of people, or probably meeting are more used in work gathering with family or with the same people?
Okay, meetings can most of the time use with formal gathering. So meeting is just a gathering, but gathering is bigger. Okay?
Okay.
But meetings is more like, for example, if you are in a company, there will be at least 10 people. And you cannot say that as gathering because they are less. But when you say gathering, it could be that you are already in a group and you do this maybe once a month and every month. Okay, so it's like a fixed one. But when we say meetings, we don't know when are we going to have meetings. It depends. It depends on the superior boss and all of that things. But when we say assemblies, it's like for example, the soldiers, they need to assembly themselves, and it's like more proper. All right, assemblies, and you need to make a line and that things. Okay, let's go to number 2. Marina.
No, I already said number 1.
It was you.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I don't know, but I am looking to other person because other person are like other people are doing this. So I think like maybe it was Rofio Rofio, Elisa saying, or maybe okay. So number 2 would be Nayara.
Okay. The time was so that some of the audience got up and whooped about. I don't
You
know.
don't remember.
No.
Okay. The answer here, who knows or who can remember this one? Maybe someone.
Is conspicuous.
Yeah, I think.
I think
Conspicuous.
infectious.
Yeah, I think.
The answer is infectious.
Okay.
Do you understand vocabularies here?
No.
Conspicuous, I don't know.
Conspicuous is like overt, like noticeable, ubiquitous.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So when we say
I don't understand, sorry.
conspicuous is something noticeable.
Noticeable.
That
Okay.
that the rhythm was noticeable, that you can directly see that it's a lively music, a sad music, that things.
Okay.
I
But
have
when
a question.
yeah, sure.
Sorry about the word. It's right. It's right in a correct form. Conspicuous.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. It's
Okay.
in a correct spelling.
But you pronounce it like conspicuous.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It's just like continuous.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
And when we say infectious, what is it?
That it's spread easily to the others, like the others wants also to dance in this case.
Perfect. It's like transmittable. If I hear someone singing or dancing, I also want to dance. That's infectious. Okay, let's continue to number 3.
Mary, sorry, and defective?
The rhythm was so defective is like not functioning well. Okay,
Okay, so
defective. There's a defect.
okay.
Okay.
Defective.
It's the same in Spanish, no?
I don't know, no. Okay,
Yes,
let's continue.
it's almost the same.
Maybe.
Boop.
Bopped about. Bopped. Bopped is to dance, to jump, to jig. That's bopping.
Okay.
What is that?
What?
It's like someone is playing or what? I don't know.
It's a motorcycle, I think.
Yeah.
From someone's,
Like that, yeah.
Yeah. Don't let it bother you guys. Okay, let's go to number 3. Andrea.
I have it with me all the time. Whether I'm conducting to work, exercising, or studying.
Conducting.
Computing.
Sorry?
The second one.
Computing. Can you remember that someone is computing in the audio?
No.
I have it with me all the time. Can you remember what is this it? This is the iPod.
Oh.
Yes.
So what is the verb?
Making work.
I cannot hear you properly, Andrea.
The first one.
Sorry?
The first one. Commuting.
Commuting, yes. I'm commuting. Whether I'm commuting, exercising, or just chilling.
Okay. I didn't know the
Mary, could you explain the meaning of the three words? Because I actually don't know any of them.
Ah, really? Commuting, but I want to know if someone knows. Someone knows what is commuting?
Yeah, when you go to work. Right? Or when
You go to work, but with what? Okay, when we say commuting, it is maybe go to work or go to school using public transportation. That's
Okay.
commuting. And when I say computing, anyone knows what is this word?
yeah, it's
Commuting or computing?
Computing.
Computing.
related with calculation and new technologies, and I don't know the meaning, but I know the meaning, but I don't know how to explain that. It's
Okay.
like related
It could be technology, yes, but computing in general is when you are, for example, if I say, can you compute this 10 plus 20 plus 100 plus 80, and then you are doing this, so you are computing. Okay? And but not only addition, it can also be division, it could be multiplication, and all of that things. Okay? If I will say that, can you compute this? That is the verb of putting all of the numbers all together.
Okay.
Calculate, no? It's the
Calculate,
saying of
yeah.
calculate.
Yeah, that is that is easier word.
Yeah.
And also, for example, if the teachers will give you grades, they will first compute your grades before giving your grades, right? So it's also computing.
Yeah.
So conducting to work. So I have it with me all the time, whether I'm conducting to work. Conduct is, for example, this one. Do you know this one? When I beat, that is conduct. Okay, when you put the national anthem of your country, maybe someone will do this one, and that is conducting.
I don't understand.
Me neither.
You don't understand. But do you know when I do this one? For example, if I say, like, there's a song and I do this one and that and that and that in the orchestra.
Yeah. The problem is I wasn't sure of what were you doing. Okay.
It's like
Okay.
It's like spread with your hands.
Yeah.
No, it's
to go with the beating.
Like
to lead a song.
Yeah. Conduct also is to lead. Or for example, there are many meanings of conducting. This is one. And another conduct is to start or embark something, a work or a journey. That is another meaning of conduct. So for example, I will conduct a research about the cause of coronavirus. So conduct,
To lead.
to lead or to start researching about coronavirus.
But what do you want to say when you say conducting to work?
Okay, conducting to work here is, I have it with me all the time, whether conducting to work. It's like starting going to the work. Okay? Like on my way to work. It's because here they use these words. The word conducting here doesn't really a good or appropriate word for the sentence. They only use this to confuse you, since it sounds like commuting, computing, conducting.
Okay.
Okay, this is if, for example, computing to work, you don't say that. It's like only to confuse you since they have the same pronunciation.
Oh,
No,
okay.
most of the. All right.
Okay.
So number 4, we continue with Mara.
Okay. Number 4, we're planning to make a recording, but the logistics are a nightmare.
Logistics. Yeah, that's a correct answer. Logistics. Any vocabulary that you don't know here? I think.
Yeah.
No.
Which word?
No.
No,
Yeah.
no.
I know them.
Okay, perfect. So number 5, let's go to Elisa.
I have just come back from Walmart in Singapore. It was awesome.
Yes, it's awesome. Okay. So any questions for the vocabulary? I
Fearsome?
think fearsome. What's the meaning of fearsome, Rosario?
Fear is when you feel frightened. So I suppose that it has very scary place or something like that. No?
Yeah. A frightening situation. It's a fearsome situation. It's a frightening situation. Fearsome. Okay, if you want to say scary, it's just the same to say fearsome. Okay?
Okay.
That's it. All right. So we continue with vocabularies. The same page 75. Vocabulary complex preposition. So I have a question. What is the meaning of complex preposition?
They are formed by no only one word, if not for 2 words that are put it together, make a different meaning that if you put it separated. I think.
Okay, so we have 2 types of preposition, but you're right. You have compound preposition, which is composed of 2 words only. For example, apart from, that is a compound preposition. If I say complex preposition, there will be 3. Okay, so that means you are going to have 2 prepositions. So one preposition, a pronoun or a noun or an ing verb, and then another preposition. That is the structure of complex preposition. Okay, can someone give me an example of a complex preposition if you know some? Do you know some?
Because of, okay.
Because of is a compound.
Okay, we have to say complex.